Bambi's done biting her tongue. After Erica Dixon threw some sharp words on Scrappy's podcast, Bambi clapped back with no filters, calling out the shade and making sure her side of the story is heard loud and clear. The tension is reaching a boiling point, adding serious heat to Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 12B. Buckle up, this drama's just getting started. If there's one thing that keeps reality TV buzzing, it's a good old-fashioned feud, and nothing sparks it faster than a few sly jabs aired for all to hear. That's precisely what unfolded on Scrappy's latest podcast episode, where Erica Dixon let slip some not-so-subtle shade about Bambi's marriage to Scrappy. But Bambi, a cornerstone of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, wasn't about to let that slide. With the heat turned up and tensions rising, she made it clear she's not here to play quiet. In today's video, we're unpacking all the drama, no detail left behind. From the pointed podcast jabs to Bambi's fiery clapback, the tension between her and Erica Dixon has officially boiled over. Bambi's dropping the niceties and calling Erica out for throwing shade. And if you've been watching closely, you'll know this isn't their first run-in. Stick around as we trace the roots of this long simmering feud and uncover the behind-the-scenes tension that's been brewing for years. What's unfolding behind the scenes will leave you stunned, because this story runs way deeper than it first appears. The spark? Scrappy's latest podcast episode, where raw conversations quickly turned into real conflict. Known for peeling back the layers, the show didn't disappoint, diving headfirst into personal revelations and long-held secrets that fans of reality TV have been itching to uncover. And let's just say, nobody held back. This time, though, it wasn't the usual guest antics grabbing attention. It was Erica Dixon who lit up the conversation. As she and Scrappy opened up about their past and the ups and downs of their personal lives, things took a sharp turn. The moment the topic shifted to Scrappy's marriage with Bambi, Erica let loose a remark that stopped everyone in their tracks. One comment, pointed and loaded, was all it took to spark a firestorm. With a cool, almost effortless delivery, Erica dropped a comment that hit like a subtle jab. No sugarcoating, no pretending. She shared her take on Bambi and Scrappy's relationship dynamic, and the shade was unmistakable. But she didn't stop there. Erica went on to suggest that Bambi's picture-perfect image on screen might not reflect reality, hinting that behind the scenes, Scrappy could be the one shouldering the family's burdens solo, while Bambi maintains appearances for the cameras. It was textbook passive-aggressive shade, and fans wasted no time reading between the lines. The real question, though, is why Erica chose to speak out like this. Was she just casually stirring the pot, or was there a deeper motive behind the digs? Hang tight, because the tension's about to boil over. Before we get to Bambi's fiery clapback, let's rewind and dissect exactly what Erica said, and why those words have sparked such a storm. Let's be clear, Erica's words may have sounded subtle, but the meaning behind them packed a punch. If you followed Love and Hip Hop Atlanta for any length of time, you know Erica Dixon isn't one to sugarcoat her opinions. With her no-nonsense demeanor and fiercely independent vibe, she's always stood out and stirred up controversy. But this time, she may have crossed a line, or maybe not. On Scrappy's podcast, Erica reflected on her evolving friendship with him, describing it as a peaceful, long-standing bond. Then came the real eyebrow raiser. She pivoted, comparing their dynamic to his current relationship with Bambi, and that's where the temperature spiked. Erica's words: "It's good to see Scrappy happy, but we both know what's real. You can't just pretend to be the perfect wife and hide behind the camera, especially when the real story is something different." At first glance, it might sound like a casual observation, but fans caught the subtext, and so did Bambi. Let's just say she wasn't about to let that one slide. Fans didn't miss a beat, quickly picking up on the subtle implication. Erica wasn't just revisiting the past, she was directly calling out Bambi's role in her marriage to Scrappy. But Erica didn't stop there. She took it a step further, hinting that the bond between Scrappy and Bambi might be more about the cameras and the spotlight than true, deep-rooted love. The tension was thick, and it was clear. Erica was digging at something far deeper than just casual conversation. Erica's comment struck a nerve, especially since it directly challenged the image Bambi had worked so hard to craft over the years. The aftermath? Well, that's where things really heated up. As soon as Scrappy's podcast dropped, fans wasted no time reacting, and let's just say it wasn't the kind of attention Erica was hoping for. Social media exploded with posts picking apart every word she said, questioning her intentions, and even accusing her of holding on to bitterness for continuing to stir the drama. It was clear. This wasn't just a casual remark. It had everyone talking. Was Erica simply speaking her truth, or was she taking a calculated shot at Bambi? The timing is key here. The podcast aired right after Love and Hip Hop Atlanta's season finale, which had just showcased Bambi and Scrappy as the ultimate power couple, overcoming family drama and the pressures of reality TV. Given that context, Erica's comments felt like more than just a casual remark. They seemed to directly challenge the polished image Bambi and Scrappy had presented to fans. What if Erica was playing this game on purpose? Was she deliberately stirring the pot to throw off the perfect image Bambi and Scrappy had just crafted? After all, as the saying goes, no publicity is bad publicity. And here's the real twist. Erica's words didn't just spark fan reactions. Other cast members quickly jumped into the fray on social media, fanning the flames and picking sides. It turned into a full-blown spectacle, with everyone weighing in on the drama. The drama quickly divided fans and cast members alike. Some rallied behind Erica, claiming she was just speaking the truth, while others jumped to Bambi's defense, accusing Erica of jealousy or harboring resentment. But here's where it gets really interesting. Bambi wasn't about to stay silent any longer. She had kept her composure until now, but Erica's comments were the tipping point. Bambi wasn't letting this one slide. The moment we've all been waiting for, Bambi had had enough, and her clapback was nothing short of explosive. When I say the response lit up social media, I'm not exaggerating. Bambi wasted no time addressing Erica's shady podcast remarks. Within hours, she took to Instagram, sharing a powerful and emotional post that was both a direct response and a stern warning. It was clear, Bambi wasn't holding back. Bambi didn't hold back in her post. I've stayed quiet for so long, focused on my family and my own happiness. But Erica has crossed the line. For someone who claims to want peace, she sure knows how to create chaos. I won't sit back and let anyone disrespect my marriage or my husband, especially when the truth is way more complicated than what she's putting out there. It was clear, Bambi was done being silent. If you're wondering why Bambi was so fired up, let's dig into it. This wasn't just about a few comments on a podcast. It was deeply personal. Bambi and Scrappy have weathered a lot together, both on and off the screen. Their marriage has been tested by numerous challenges, from tensions with Scrappy's exes to family drama and the constant pressure of living their lives in the public eye. So when Erica threw shade at their relationship, it wasn't just an attack on their image, it felt like an attack on everything they've fought to build. For Bambi, this wasn't just a petty spat, it was a personal attack on her relationship. What really hit hard was the way Erica framed it, insinuating that Bambi and Scrappy's marriage was nothing more than a facade for the cameras. By questioning the authenticity of everything Bambi and Scrappy had worked so hard for, Erica's words cut deep. The suggestion that Bambi was pretending to be the perfect wife felt like a direct strike at the heart of their bond. That comment from Erica struck a nerve with Bambi. She wasn't just playing the role of a wife, she was a wife, and Erica had no right to diminish that. But Bambi wasn't done yet. In the next part of her post, she dropped an even bigger bombshell. For someone who claims to be over their past, Erica sure has a lot of unresolved issues. Ouch. Bambi wasn't just defending her marriage. She was calling out Erica's own emotional baggage. Bambi didn't hold back any longer. Maybe it's time she works through those before trying to tear someone else down. I'm happy and secure in my marriage. My husband loves me, and that's something no podcast or social media shade will ever change. Boom. And just like that, the floodgates opened. Fans flooded social media, with many rallying behind Bambi, praising her for finally standing up and speaking her truth. Of course, not everyone was on Bambi's side. Some fans quickly chimed in, accusing her of playing the victim card. But here's the real twist. Scrappy didn't exactly rush to his wife's defense. Fans were eagerly waiting for him to step up, publicly backing Bambi and shutting down Erica's comments once and for all. but instead he stayed silent, leaving many to wonder why he wasn't addressing the drama head-on. Scrappy's silence spoke volumes, and fans quickly began to question its meaning. Was this a sign that Scrappy wasn't fully behind Bambi, or was there something more to the situation? Given Scrappy's complicated history with Erica, especially with their shared child and their tumultuous relationship, it left fans wondering if his loyalty was being pulled in different directions. Could this silence be a sign of him caught between the two women, or was he simply choosing to stay out of the drama? The uncertainty only added fuel to the fire. Could Scrappy's silence hint at something deeper? That was the big question, but one thing was clear. Bambi wasn't waiting for anyone's approval. She wasn't going to let Scrappy's quietness or Erica's shade dictate her worth or her marriage. But just when it seemed like things might calm down, the plot thickened. Erica Dixon wasn't ready to let Bambi have the final word. The drama was far from over. In a surprising twist, Erica decided to respond to Bambi's Instagram post, but not in the way anyone anticipated. Rather than launching into a full-blown social media battle or issuing a public statement, Erica took a more subtle, yet equally impactful route. She posted an Instagram story with a photo of herself and her daughter, accompanied by a caption that many quickly interpreted as a direct response to Bambi's accusations. The message was clear. Erica wasn't about to stay silent, but she was choosing a different path to make her point. At first glance, Erica's post appeared to be a motivational message, a message about self-control and confidence. You can never control how others perceive you, but you can control how you carry yourself. Be strong, be confident, and let your actions speak louder than your words. It seemed like an empowering, positive message, but for those who had been following the drama closely, it was impossible to miss the underlying tone. To many, it was clear. Erica was using these words as a subtle dig, sending a message directly in response to Bambi's accusations. Erica wasn't finished with the shade just yet. The cryptic nature of her post was what made it so powerful. It left just enough room for interpretation. Her followers immediately jumped into speculation mode, wondering if the message was a subtle jab at Bambi's personal life. Was Erica implying that Bambi should stop reacting so publicly and focus on being a better person behind the scenes? Some fans even accused Erica of playing the high road card, positioning herself as the more mature one in the situation, as if she was above the drama while everyone else was caught in it. Some fans praised Erica for not descending into a public argument, viewing her cryptic post as a display of maturity and self-control. They saw it as a sign of grace, a way of rising above the drama without getting dragged into the mud. But the subtlety of Erica's message didn't quiet things down. In fact, it only fueled the fire. While she may have intended to appear above the fray, the growing speculation surrounding her post had the opposite effect. Instead of calming the storm, Erica's indirect response only left fans more curious and the drama more intense. Fans couldn't help but wonder, why didn't Erica address Bambi directly? Why hide behind cryptic posts instead of just owning up to her words from the podcast? As Erica's post gained more attention, some key points started to emerge. Fans began to realize that Erica had never truly apologized or walked back her comments. In fact, it seemed like she was doubling down, standing firm in her stance and refusing to back down from what she had said. The more fans dissected it, the clearer it became. Erica wasn't planning on backing off anytime soon. And that's when the real fireworks started. Bambi wasn't about to let Erica's cryptic post slide. In a bold and direct move, Bambi returned to Instagram, and this time, she pulled no punches. Her message was clear and cutting. I see you want to play games, but you can't hide behind fake motivational quotes. If you're going to make shady comments, own them. It was a no-holds-barred response, challenging Erica to face the truth and stop playing games. The gloves were officially off. Bambi wasn't holding back anymore. Don't act like you're above it now. Own your words or step aside. She called Erica out for avoiding responsibility for the comments that sparked this drama. The gloves were off, and it was no longer just about the podcast. It was personal. It was no longer just about a simple online disagreement. This was about public perception, the ongoing tension between Bambi and Erica, and who would come out on top in the court of public opinion. What was clear, though, was that the back and forth had escalated into something much bigger. Fans began to pick sides, and the feud between Bambi and Erica quickly became one of the most talked about storylines of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta this season. But just when you think the drama can't get any juicier, here comes the unexpected twist. We've seen Bambi fire back, witnessed Erica's cryptic response, but there's one major player still missing from the equation: Scrappy himself. And this is where things really start to heat up. Up until now, fans have been eagerly waiting for Scrappy to make a move, to either defend his wife, Bambi, or back up his ex, Erica. The silence has left everyone wondering where his loyalties truly lie. After all, these are two of the most significant women in Scrappy's life, and he's been connected to both for years. So why was he staying so quiet during this intense verbal battle? Initially, it seemed like Scrappy was simply staying out of the drama. Some fans speculated he didn't want to stir the pot or was trying to avoid taking sides in a situation. That could easily backfire. But as the feud escalated, the silence became more noticeable, and fans began to question if there was something deeper at play. But as time went on, Scrappy's silence began to feel more like a calculated strategy, one that was slowly unraveling before everyone's eyes. Here's where things got awkward. In the past, Scrappy had made it clear that he didn't want outside voices, especially from his exes, to influence his relationship with Bambi. Yet now, with Bambi standing firm against Erica's accusations, Scrappy was nowhere to be seen. His lack of public support for his wife quickly became a point of tension, leaving fans questioning his true stance in the middle of this messy feud. Fans couldn't help but wonder, was Scrappy truly on Bambi's side, or was he quietly siding with Erica? His minimal reactions to Bambi's Instagram posts and public confrontations only fueled the speculation. Some fans started questioning the state of Scrappy and Bambi's marriage. Was he staying silent to avoid making things worse, or was the silence a sign that their relationship was facing deeper issues? The plot thickened when some eagle-eyed fans noticed that in one of Bambi's posts, she referred to Scrappy's silence as a red flag, leaving even more room for doubt about where his loyalties truly lay. Bambi's message seemed clear. If you don't support me publicly, then why should I stay quiet privately? But things took an unexpected turn. Scrappy did eventually break his silence, but his response was far from what fans were hoping for. Instead of taking to Instagram to make a statement or clear the air, Scrappy chose an entirely different approach, one that left many scratching their heads. Scrappy finally posted a picture of himself with Bambi and their children, accompanied by a caption that read, "I'm blessed to have a strong family, and I don't need to explain my love to anyone. Keep your opinions. I know what's real." At first, it appeared to be a heartfelt, safe post designed to show his support for Bambi. However, fans were divided. While some saw it as a reassuring gesture, others felt it was too vague and didn't address the drama directly, leaving them wondering if Scrappy was still avoiding taking a clear stand in the ongoing feud. While some fans praised Scrappy for keeping things private and shielding his family from the public eye, others felt his response was dismissive and failed to address the core issue. Was Scrappy genuinely trying to protect his family from the drama, or was he simply avoiding the confrontation altogether? As the situation unfolded, it became increasingly clear that Scrappy's refusal to take a firm stance was only adding fuel to the fire, leaving fans frustrated and the tension between Bambi and Erica more palpable than ever. Fans were craving clarity, not more ambiguity. They wanted to know, was Scrappy going to step up and defend his wife, or continue playing the role of the silent observer? But here's the twist. Scrappy's silence might not have been about avoiding drama at all. It could have been his way of protecting both women. In his mind, staying out of it might have been the better choice, letting Bambi and Erica fight their own battles instead of dragging himself further into the chaos. But let's not forget that Scrappy has a history of doing this, avoiding tough conversations, sweeping things under the rug, and hoping the storm would just blow over. In many ways, it seemed like he was doing exactly that again. However, things took a dramatic turn when the real reason behind Scrappy's silence finally came to light. Suddenly, everything started to make sense, and the dynamics of the situation shifted in ways no one saw coming. And when the truth finally came out, trust me, the drama reached a whole new level. The big question everyone had been asking: why? Did Scrappy stay silent for so long? Was about to be answered. Was it really just to avoid the drama? Or was there something deeper going on? Well, just when everyone thought this situation couldn't get any more intense, the real reason behind Scrappy's silence came to light. And let me tell you, it was absolutely jaw-dropping. It turns out, Scrappy had been dealing with far more than just the drama between his wife, Bambi, and ex Erica. Behind the scenes, he was grappling with some serious personal issues that no one knew about until now. As he revealed, there was so much more happening beyond what fans see on social media. I'm trying to balance my family, my career, and everything else. But sometimes I need time to process things before reacting, he explained. The pressure of it all had clearly been weighing on him, and his silence, it turns out, was more about needing space to figure things out than simply avoiding the drama. Scrappy's words, shared in a private conversation that leaked, left fans shocked. He had been dealing with internal struggles that he didn't want to make public. He didn't want to escalate the drama by choosing between Bambi and Erica, as both women were important to him. His silence, it turned out, was more about protecting himself from being caught in the middle of the conflict. On one hand, Scrappy was trying to protect his relationship with Bambi, while on the other, he had a deep-rooted history with Erica, the mother of his child. But here's the twist. Scrappy's silence wasn't just about keeping things private. It was about a personal struggle of being stuck between two powerful women, each connected to his past and present in different significant ways. What Scrappy revealed next was truly shocking. He admitted that the stress of navigating this public feud had been taking a serious toll on his mental health. He didn't want to make rash decisions or react impulsively to anything Bambi or Erica said, fearing it would only escalate the situation. Scrappy felt that responding in the heat of the moment would only make things worse, not just for him, but for his entire family. I don't want to lose the woman I love, but I also don't want to hurt my daughter. I'm stuck in the middle, and sometimes it feels like I can't win no matter what I do. These raw words gave fans an entirely new perspective on Scrappy's silence. Instead of viewing him as a man avoiding conflict, they began to see that he was grappling with deeply personal struggles that had nothing to do with the drama itself, but everything to do with the emotional burden of trying to balance two worlds. What was also revealed is that Scrappy had been having private conversations with both Bambi and Erica, trying to mediate the situation behind the scenes. He had been working to help Bambi understand Erica's perspective, while also reassuring Erica that his commitment to his marriage with Bambi was unwavering. But here's the kicker. Despite all his efforts to balance both sides, the public drama had only intensified, making it clear that no matter how much he tried to keep the peace, the tension was far from over. Despite his best efforts, neither Bambi nor Erica was ready to back down. The tension had been simmering for months, and Scrappy's attempts to keep the peace only seemed to complicate matters further. Bambi, in particular, felt deeply betrayed by Scrappy's reluctance to speak out publicly. She couldn't understand why he couldn't just take a firm stand and protect her, especially when it was Erica causing the drama. To her, Scrappy's silence felt like a lack of support, and that only added fuel to the fire. But now, hearing Scrappy's side of the story, fans began to understand that he was truly torn. He was caught in the difficult position of trying to keep his family together, while managing the emotional weight of being stuck between two strong-willed women. This revelation about Scrappy's internal struggle shifted the entire narrative, transforming the way people viewed his silence. Rather than seeing him as passive or indifferent, fans started to see him as a man who was trying to navigate a complex, painful situation with the hopes of keeping the peace, no matter how hard. It was fans who had previously criticized Scrappy for being weak or indifferent began to sympathize with him. They saw that his silence wasn't about avoiding conflict. It was because he was going through a personal struggle that few understood. But here's the twist. The real drama wasn't just about Scrappy's silence. It was about the immense pressure he was feeling to choose a side. And when he finally made that choice, it sent shockwaves through the entire situation, shaking up everything everyone thought they knew about the feud.